Hello everybody, this is Gretchen Hidell and I am live tonight on Facebook Monday night. It's our Monday night date and we are going to be talking a lot about all kinds of stuff, especially this particular full moon. This is August 31st and we're going to be talking about this week ahead. I'm Gretchen Hidell, astrologer, psychic medium, clairvoyant, clairaudient, clairsentient, and here to help you, here to hopefully answer some questions. Hi everybody who is jumping on and joining tonight. Welcome. And so if you're watching this on Facebook, on the pre-recorded version, live with me tonight, or even on YouTube, go ahead to my, subscribe to my YouTube channel, Gretchen Hidell. I'm the only Gretchen Hidell on there, which is pretty fun and easy to find me. So welcome everybody who's joining. Please go ahead and type below your astrological sign. You know the drill. I love hearing from all of you. Welcome. Bree is joining us. Corbin, Mr. Scorpio, welcome. Still a Scorpio. I love it. He says that every week. Jacqueline, Aquarius, yes. Lauren, Virgo, if my memory serves me right. And Bree, Aquarius. Jill, Taurus, welcome. Sheila, love these Monday night dates. Capricorn from Arizona, welcome. All air, Bree, all air. Yeah, Bree has all the air signs, so if anybody runs out of air signs, we can just call Bree because she's got the air signs. Rita, Colorado, yes, welcome. That's also my mom. She's a Virgo Cancer moon. Andrea, yay! You're awake. You're up at this late hour. So we have Aries Sun, Gemini Moon, Cancer Rising, Lisa Aries, and Gloria. Hi, fellow pug lover, Gloria. She's a Cancer. Welcome. Yes, I have a pug as well, and I know that Gloria has a few pugs actually. So I'm not quite there yet, Gloria. Hashtag doggy goals. Oh yay! And my cousin author is on, and he is a Taurus. Joyce. Yay, from PA, Pennsylvania, lovely. Sagittarius moon, a Sagittarius sun, moon in Virgo. Oh yeah, and rising Sagittarius, you're a double Sag. That's awesome. So welcome everybody. I love that you're joining me tonight. We're going to be talking, if you're a Virgo or Pisces, I'm going to be talking a lot about you and all the rest of the signs as well. Jane Moonwolf, Taurus stellium. Stellium means that you have 3 or more planets in, some astrologers say 4 or more. I always say 3 or more in a particular sign. That's what a stellium is. So just so that you guys learn some astrologies, okay? And so welcome everybody who is joining live. So we have a lot to talk about this week. Some good, some bad, some crazy, some fun stuff here. We have a lot of trines this week. Trines in astrology are positive. And so, and a lot of the planets are kind of on the move finally. Yay. Like, you know, we're getting some movement here, which is good. Okay, so let's talk about, let's see, we'll talk about the trines first because I think that'll be a fun thing. The trine, well, actually, we're going to talk about the full moon. I changed my mind. We'll talk about the full moon because that's always why everybody wants to know what's going on with the full moon. So the full moon's in Pisces. So if you are a water sign, so Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, or if you are another mutable sign, mutable means go with the flow, okay? And so definitely Virgo and Pisces and Gemini and Sagittarius are mutable as well. So if you're a mutable sign or if you're a Pisces or another water sign, you're all going to feel this. Now, fire signs feel this as well because it's water, and water kind of puts out fire, so that's a thing, and we'll feel that in a contentious way. So the Leo, Sagittarius, Aries will feel this a little bit, dampens our fire a little bit, okay? And then if you're an earth sign, water and earth, your guys are besties, so that's a really good thing. So if you're another earth sign, that'll be good. Another water sign, and air and water get along, but they can also be like a typhoon, a hurricane. So that's a little bit more of like we have to try to get along. So air and fire are not going to feel as good as the other water and earth signs will feel much better. So if you have any of these in your chart, so your sun, your moon, your rising sign, you'll feel all this. And so I happen to have a moon, my moon is in Pisces, so It's going to be all up in my Pisces. So it's 10 degrees Pisces, and this particular moon is called the full corn moon. So it's going to be the first moon there in September. So welcome to September, I guess, everybody. And I can't believe we're almost through the year. This is crazy. And so Pisces and Virgo, whenever the sun and the moon, okay, are opposing each other, and that's what it means when we have the full moon. It's a culmination, a rising up, a completion, an ending, and maxing out, a peak cycle. So endings don't have to be bad. It can be the maximum thing that you're gonna like be doing the maximum, and that's not a bad thing. I mean, that can be a good thing. I've had all kinds of good things happen to me on full moons. I've won an award one time on a full moon. I've done all kinds of interesting things on full moons. So it doesn't mean that it's an ending. It just means that it's a culmination of like the cycle. So if you look at the Farmer's Almanac, that's when you harvest your plants is during a full moon. The full moon is the harvesting, the reaping of the rewards, the benefits, but it also can be like, this is maxed out, we're done with this, and it's a period at the end of the sentence. So sometimes that can be a completion, ending, a wrapping up, and a culmination. So that's why we want to look to Pisces. You know, I'm always saying to all y'all, look to where in your astrological chart Pisces falls, and then you'll know kind of what area this will affect you in. But I always say just stay aware during these cycles, and if you notice just something wraps up and ends and completely like winds down, know that that's like supposed to end, or that's supposed to be a thing that wraps up. It's kind of supposed to be done, okay? And so that's where we look at full moons in astrology. So full moons definitely, we have a peak, maximum fullness, and that's a time where the tides get big, animals reproduce, women menstruate, women can have babies on full moons. A lot of women have babies on full moons. A lot of people have full moons actually in their astrological chart. And how do you know that? Well, if you're born with your sun and your moon and they're opposite signs, ding ding ding, you were born on the full moon. So a lot of people have that. Michael Jackson was one. President Trump is one. He's a Gemini with a Sagittarius moon, so that's a full moon guy right there. Michael Jackson's a full moon guy. And so if you're born with the moon in the same sign, if it's like you're a Taurus sun and Taurus moon, that means you're a new moon baby, that you were born during the new moon. So it's kind of fun to know these things that are in your astrological chart. Oh, hello, Colette. Welcome. Yes, you're all up. All the stuff is up there in your Capricorn sun, Cancer rising, Virgo moon. Danielle said, oh, the moon. I put that voice to your comment, Danielle, because I feel like that's the thing. Monica, welcome. Lori, Pisces. Yes, Lori, you're going to be feeling this full moon big time. So Danielle said, what if I'm two signs? Well, you can only be one sign, but you can be born on the cusp. And so a lot of people are born on a cusp. I was born on a cusp as well. And I'll talk about that in a second. Deborah, Cancer sun. Let's see. Corbin, oh, you found out, Corbin. That's good. Sun in Scorpio, Moon, Sag, Libra, rising. So that's cool. So I wonder if your sun is in your 12th house then. Nitty said, hi, you found me. I'm here every Monday night at 9 p.m. Nitty. So welcome. I was a couple minutes behind, but mostly 9 p.m. Eastern time on my Facebook page. I might end up switching to my business page just to let you guys know, because I found out recently that people were trying to comment that weren't friends with me, and they said they weren't able to comment. So I might switch it over to my astrology business page in the next few weeks. We'll see how that goes. So anyway, so Pisces, what does it mean when you have Pisces and Virgo? And by the way, speaking of Michael Jackson, the singer Michael Jackson, he was a Virgo with a Pisces moon. So that's basically what the deal is right now with this particular full moon. The sun is in Virgo, 10 degrees Virgo, and the moon is 10 degrees Pisces. So that's always basically the thing, is that the sun and the moon are always opposing one another, always opposite. And so there's always whenever there's an opposition, there's always like a kind of fighting or a vying of energy. That's why the full moon can feel sometimes contentious or like we're being pulled in two different ways. That's why emergency rooms fill up, and the police get extra calls, and there's a lot of speaking of which, we have a lot of rioting going on and different things happening. There's a lot of contentiousness, a lot of storms happening and all that. That's some full moon activity that's getting activated, and especially the 48 to 72 hours leading up to the full moon. We're starting to feel it like rising, and so we're feeling the pull. Now, Pisces is so intuitive, so free-flowing, and, Pisces is ruled by Neptune, and Neptune's the god of the ocean, so it's like very flowy full moon, and that's also wonderful, right? Except for Virgo, which is where the sun is right now, and we're in the middle of Virgo season, wants structure and wants order and wants to organize everything and set everything up and have everything be a certain way and be perfect, where Pisces is like, let's color outside the lines and let's have some fun with, free flow stuff. So the thing about these two is that, you can see, it's almost like an Oscar and Felix, the odd couple. And that's basically what the deal is with this full moon. It's like messy and neat and, whatever. Pisces, I would definitely say, is actually it's the last sign of the zodiac, and it's considered to be like the hardest sign to be, in a way. I don't know how you would quantify that, but that's basically what people say. And it's because it's said to embody all of the other signs. So I always it's interesting, out of all of my Piscean clients and people that I am friends with, and even my own Pisces moon, we tend to be the chameleons of the zodiac. We can sort of meld to certain situations and be flexible and bendy, which is good, except for the life lesson of Pisces, is boundaries. Now think about the ocean. What if the ocean didn't have a container? What if it just was like water everywhere, right? I mean, that's a hot mess, isn't it? So when we think about boundaries is a container. It's a way of being, so what we have to do, and what will be probably tested with this particular full moon, is a boundary issue. A lot of people pushing boundaries, and a lot of people, what are your boundaries? That's the other thing. What's your boundary? So I love the work of Brene Brown around boundaries. I don't know if any of you guys have read any of her books or watched her TED Talks. If you haven't watched her TED Talks, after you're done watching this, watch. She has 2 TED Talks that I know of. And maybe she has a 3rd one now, I don't know. But I know of 2. And her TED Talks, I think the last time I looked, her first TED Talk had 14 million hits. So Brene Brown is wonderful, and she has a ton of really good information about boundaries. But boundaries are really, really important in life, important to honor yourself, your own feelings, and Pisces is feelings. Okay, so with this full moon, this is all that feeling stuff, the feeling energy. How do you feel? And if it feels yicky, it doesn't feel right, feels a little, not sure about that, you might have to actually speak up for yourself, which is something that Pisces tend to be terrible at. So Pisces life lesson is to learn to always be a little bit more assertive, to speak up for oneself, because again, the life lesson of Pisces is boundaries. So that's a good thing to know. The other thing Pisces tends to do when a Pisces is uncomfortable, doesn't feel right, is escapism. It's like running away, that fish swimming away, it's the Pisces symbol is the fish, the dual fishes. There's 2 signs that are prone to extreme duality. One is Gemini and the other is Pisces. And so Pisces can be like the slippery fish, right? And so if Pisces doesn't like a situation, I know a lot of Pisces that just, they'll just disappear on you, no call, no show, just done. They'll just disappear for a little bit. And then they come back in. A lot of Pisces have and Virgos too, actually have very sensitive sort of nervous systems. Pisces is the lymphatic system. So think fluids in the body, right? We're talking about fluids in the ocean, fluids in the body, and also the feet. Okay. So, It's the very lower portion of the body. So, you know, you want to make sure you have good lymphatic drainage. Make sure you drink lots of water. You can do, I don't know if anybody's done dry brushing. Okay, so dry brushing is really good for the lymph system. Not drinking too much, eating too much salt, and then, you know, having fluid that just builds up in the body. So all of that is something that Pisces are sort of prone to. And then Virgo is the intestines. So sometimes Virgos get a little tummy out of whack there. And our immune system, you know, is in the intestines. That's basically where the immune system originates. So all of that could be sort of, you know, flared up right now. And so we want to watch that. We want to watch that Piscean lymphatic drainage and the delicate Pisces system, as well as the system of Virgo tends to be also sensitive. Somebody said, how about drinking too much wine? Well, yes. So the thing about, you know, it's funny. I had a discussion with a friend that was talking to me about this. Today, or this month, in the month of September, is actually recovery month. For people that have substance and abuse issues. And I was thinking about doing maybe a thing about substances and spirituality. And I was thinking about doing one of those. But basically Pisces likes to escape. So we talk about that fish. So a lot of Pisces, you know, you think of Kurt Cobain, you know, I mean, that have terrible, you know, escapism tendencies, drugs, alcohol, too much sex, too much shopping, too much food. You know, Pisces likes to escape, likes to like la 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 la, because the nervous system in Pisces is a bit, you know, sensitive. I mean, Pisces are known for being sensitive. Pisces are also known for being very intuitive. So a lot of Pisces are HSPs, highly sensitive peoples, and very, very empathic and tuned into other people's feelings and emotions. So sometimes that all gets to be a bit much and they kind of turn off and turn away. Getting back to what I was saying about Pisces also being chameleons is that you always have to look whenever someone's got, especially sun sign Pisces, like what other signs is it coupled with? Like what's their rising sign? What's their moon sign? Because Pisces tends to flow so much and be so bendy, flowy. Like sometimes it takes on almost like that chameleon type of energy. It takes on like whatever it's coupled with. So getting back to the full moon, remember, full moon is about releasing, letting go. Remember, it's the peak maximum cycle. It's the thing. And so, you know, I'm always talking to you guys about the new moon manifestation list. Well, this is when we burn or destroy. The new moon manifestation list is on the full moon. So it's taking place at 1:22 a.m. Eastern time. So earlier than that, if you're out on the West Coast, so that'll actually, if you're on the West Coast, that'll actually be Tuesday night. If you're on the East Coast, it's just after midnight on Wednesday morning, overnight, so in the middle of the night. So this is a time to charge your crystals. This is a time to burn or destroy your new moon manifestation list and kind of get rid of that. And this is the time to also think about what you want to release, because we can release not just that new moon manifestation list. So let's say you have love letters from an ex, and you're just over it. Like, come on, I don't need these love letters in my life anymore. Or pictures that, you know, you don't need those pictures anymore. You want to burn those pictures. Anything you want to do along with that new moon manifestation list that you want to release, get rid of, you could go ahead and burn that stuff too on that night, or donate it, or you don't have to set it on fire. Okay, we're not going crazy. Okay, but you can donate it, you can shred it, you can give it to your neighbor or your whoever. Like, you can put it out on the curb for free. Like, whatever thing it is that you want to get rid of, purge, release, and let go of. This can be a bad habit. This can be a toxic friendship. This can be debt. This can be a few extra pounds. This can be releasing a substance thing. Whatever thing it is you do that you want to release and get rid of and let go, this is the time to do it. And so you can just, you know, sometimes what I do, I like to write a really simple list. I've said this to you guys before. Very simple release list. I release, I release, I release, I release. with ease and grace. How about releasing depression? How about releasing anxiety? How about releasing, whatever it is that you want to release and let go of? This is a great time to also smudge your house, to get rid of, again, that you're getting rid of that negative sort of energy type of vibe, and getting rid of things. Danielle said she loves burning things. It's very therapeutic. I happen to agree with you. I'm also a major fire sign, so I like to set that stuff on fire. I also live in Vermont, where I can set things on fire. Marianne said she loves being a Pisces moon. My mom was talking about, Rita was talking about being a cusp baby, and a lot of people are cusp babies. So I want to talk, just kind of, I'll go back, and then if you guys have any questions for me about the full moon, about new moons coming up, or even just a question outside of that, please go ahead and post below, and I love to hear those things. Don't wait till the end when 45 other people are posting, because that gets a little overwhelming. So, okay, so being a cusp baby, so I'm also technically on the edge of being a cusp baby, and astrologers kind of, I don't feel this way, but some astrologers hate when people say cusp babies, because there's no such thing and blah, blah, blah. Okay, technically there isn't such a thing. Your sun is always going to be in that one sign. It's not like you would do something else. But oftentimes what happens is planets move in clusters or clumps. Okay, so we have all those planets right now, in Capricorn. We have a bunch. We have the sun and Mercury, okay, is in Virgo. All right, so planets tend to go into clumps or clusters, and they travel that way. So when you're on the cusp, typically what that means is you'll have multiple planets, some here and some here. I'm on the cusp of Aries Pisces, so I'm technically a sun in Aries, but my moon is in Pisces, so I do have both the sun, I have that Piscean Aries cusp thing going on. And the interesting thing is the cusp babies often hang out with, or BFFs with, or whatever, other cusp babies. So that is a thing. So sometimes if you take a little informal poll of all the people that you kind of hang out with or that you resonate with, because cusp people tend to be a little more complicated. Okay. So I just wanted to kind of circle back to that, because when we have all those energies sort of in one person all at one time, that tends to be what produces a cusp baby, if you if you understand that. So it's a lot. Oh my goodness. Oh no. Okay, I'm just reading this. And I hope you don't mind me saying this out loud. Jill said I'm going to read your post, because wow, that's heavy and powerful, and I want to dip into that energy. Jill said, my toddler drowned in our pool last week. He is alive and well. Thank God. Amen. Thank God. Angels were watching over. And all seems to have made a full recovery. I strongly feel he left his body. Yeah, he did, definitely. And he was crossed over for about 4 minutes. I know I witnessed a miracle for his return. You're in therapy for PTSD, of course. Anxiety and unrest. Wondering what or who he may have seen or experienced. I really don't know. Okay, so your toddler's a Pisces. Oh. Well, thank God. Amen. Hallelujah. Thank God. And everybody, can you please give Jill some love? Because, wow, that's heavy. Okay, so immediately, as soon as you started talking about that, I got a maternal figure that was standing right with him, who was literally grabbing him and helping him. I don't know if this was a grandmother or what mother this was, but this was a mother. I do think it might have been a grandmom or somebody, but it was a female figure who I feel like, and I even if you literally found him, I don't know if that's the case. I literally feel that a spiritual, a spirit, okay, grabbed him and was holding him up in the light so that he was able to survive this experience. And it was almost like she cradled him in his arms. So I don't know, Jill, if you could let me know who this woman is. I do feel like she is on the shorter side. I'm 5'9", so I see people in reference to my height. So she does feel shorter than me, and she has darker hair, or had darker hair in her life. Like, she might have gray hair when she passed, but she had hair on the darker side. So I don't know who this woman was, Jill, but I felt like she literally just held him until somebody could find him, and I feel literally like he was being held up into the light. I just get all these angel arms around him, but that was immediately who I was sensing, that there was a maternal, motherly figure that was helping him until he was found or saved, literally, by a person. I also feel like I can't tell who this is, if it's an emergency responder, police. I can't tell who this is, but I almost feel like there's another angel person feeling like, almost like I was in that area, but I wasn't supposed to be in the area, and I was like, I helped you or did some kind of a thing. And I feel like that person was being like alerted, like pulled into that by spirit, by angels, okay, who are helping to have this emergency responder that was close by, that maybe wasn't supposed to be close by. So I don't know. He had a shorter grandma that promised to watch over your kids. That's exactly right, Jill. So I'm getting that he had a lot of angels and a lot of protectors around him that helped him to. It's interesting. I'm almost feeling like he's like, they brought him up so that he could, so that somebody could find him or something. That something was happening. Like, it wasn't like he had sunk down. Like, I feel like he was on top, like, somehow, and then was able to be seen. But I feel like there was this emergency responder that was either in the area or around him, that also was, the proximity was so eerily close that they were able to help him to be resuscitated. Though I almost feel like you found him, honey, and I'm sorry about that, but also thank God that you were able to be there. Were you the one that actually found him? She is saying that he did have a shorter grandma, promised to watch over my kids, which I do feel that she was absolutely there with him. Also, this emergency personnel, Jill said, yes, he stayed floating. Like, yeah, like, it feels like he was being like held up on purpose so that you would know. You found him and brought him back, but was there a responder that was somebody felt like he was around this boy, an EMT or somebody was around this boy, like, felt like got there sooner than was supposed to, like, instead of like the typical takes 25 minutes or something to get there. And so thank God, I really feel that he was being held by the angels, held by spirit, held in the arms until he was able to reach. It was definitely not his time. I do have to tell you that I feel, oh my God. So she just said, so that you guys know, an officer was 15 minutes away and made it there in 6 minutes. Okay. That's what I mean. Like, it's like, I feel like there's miracles around this situation. Like, almost like this is not supposed to, I have massive goosebumps. But I feel like there was like, these things were not kind of supposed to happen, but they all orchestrated to be able to help him save, because they are telling me, it's interesting. I don't know why they're showing me this, but I'm going to share with you. It's like, I'm seeing a cap and gown. Like, he's supposed to go on and do some really good things in the world. I don't know if he's going to end up being like a doctor or some kind of a thing, but it feels like he's going to go on. I almost feel like he does kind of have an interest in medicine or something. Something happens where he like wants to do that, but I do feel like he goes on, like he didn't live out his life. He didn't live out his destiny yet. So he came back and was able to be with us still. So thank God. I mean, I can't imagine being you. I can't imagine finding a child like that. I mean, oh my God, that must have been horrifically scary. So I want to pull a card for you, Jill, for you, because your son, actually, I feel like it's almost like he doesn't. It's like he's not skipping a beat. Like, I don't know if he doesn't remember it or what he feels, but it's like, I almost feel like it's like he's just like, I'm fine, everything's good. Came back and it's like, I just feel like he's just so resilient. And Pisces is water, oh my God. So just a lot. That was a lot. I'm sorry, honey. I'm so sorry. So thank God. I'm saying prayers and thanking God to the angels and spirit guides for them helping you. But I want to pull a card for you, Jill, because I feel like you were really in the middle of all that, and thank God you were there. I almost feel, did you like just like see or look out or something? Like I almost feel like it was just like you got this nudge or this pull, because I do feel like you had an intuition of like a moment, like what the hell, like where is he, or what's he doing? Like I just feel like you had this intuition that something was wrong, and because I almost feel like a knock 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 knock, go look, or something like that. It felt, that's what it felt like pretty abruptly too. Like it feels like the angels really like almost shook you, like go look, you know, where is he, or go look at the pool. He was out of your sight and you immediately knew to run to look at the pool. That's what I feel like. It's like you had that shake, like somebody was like, go now, like that kind of a feeling. Woo, you had a lot of angel protection around you, girl. That's amazing. All right. What do the angels need Jill to know about that experience so that she can help to heal her soul from this point? What does she need to know? Relationship harmony, girl. You're good. You're good. Okay. The angels are looking to heal your relationship. You're opening the hearts of everyone involved. Any arguments or conflict are being resolved. So I don't know if you and somebody else are kind of like feeling really stressed about all of this. I mean, obviously you're stressed and everything, but I don't know if you've been like kind of, this caused you to argue with a spouse or some kind of a thing. If you have a partner, I don't know if you have, your marriage has been very, very rough. Okay. So the angels are working with you to help you about that, because I almost feel like there's like some blame being kind of like pointing fingers or blame. And it's like, almost like I didn't mean to do that, but then I am saying that. And you're saying, like, I almost feel like there's little jabs being taken. And gosh, when we get stressed, that's like the last thing we need. But sometimes when we get stressed, we also stress fight, and it's not good. You know, obviously it's not good. But the angels, Archangel Raguel is helping you to heal your heart and heal your soul, because it's nobody's fault. It really is not anybody's fault. It was like literally something that happened. Scary, danger, and then all of a sudden the angels stepped in and were like, nope, that's not supposed to be occurring in this time. Almost all of 2020 is a really hard, and even a little bit into 2021, like around the first of the year, it's like for the record book, like the history book of hard energy, and a lot of us are getting pounded with that. Your story and your situation and what happened to you and your child and your family is like horrific. You know, I mean, what you're facing, and a lot of people are facing these really hard times. So I feel like all of this is like a big soul test for all of us. And some of us are getting harder lessons than others. But honey, I feel like it was like literally like, okay, so I had this happen in my own life, and I'll share this. It's not as scary as what you went through, but it was a similar feeling, and that's why I'm sharing this story. So whenever I share a story about my own life, it means it's like similar. There was like a glitch in time, where time all of a sudden wasn't lined up properly. And what I mean by that is I had a time where I was like really out of my body, because I had to have this tax appointment, and I hate doing my taxes, and it was like this thing, and I was like going to my accountant, and I just hate doing this whole process. I'm not a paperwork person, and it was just one of those things. For anybody that knows me, y'all know I hate doing paperwork. So it's one of those things that I was out of my body. Okay, I had gotten myself twisted up, and I was stressed out. And I went to the grocery store right after the tax appointment, and I walked into the grocery store, and I swear to God, everything, it was like, and I felt really weird in my body. Like, I was like, I don't feel like I'm in the groove. So it was like, I spilled something at the hot bar. I ended up knocking over a glass jar, which smashed in the floor and broke everywhere. I actually hit a lady with my cart, and I totally, like, I felt bad, but I was like, I'm so sorry. I was like a walking disaster area. I got into my car in the parking lot, and I heard, "You're out of sync with time. You're out of sync with time. Just sit there." And I am intuitive, yes, and I get messages, yes, but I was in my human self, and I was like, that's ridiculous. Why am I going to just sit here? What am I waiting for? How will I know, like, that I caught up to time? How will I know? I was like, this is such a weird message. So I pulled out onto the road, and I got rear-ended by somebody. I was out of sync with time, and I feel like that's kind of what happened with your son. I know that sounds really like way out there, but I'm telling you it happens. Your son was out of sync with time, and what happened was a course correction came and got him back into time. He was ahead of himself. He was a little too quick, okay, in time. And sometimes this happens when we have a lot of anxiety, when we have a lot of stress, when we're just like fast and we're moving. I have a new puppy, and she's really fast all the time. I'm always like, slow down, slow down, slow down. But I feel like that's what happened with your son. And that's kind of sometimes when those things happen, accidents can occur. We get out of the groove. It's just like a weird feeling, and I can't describe it in any other way. It's just like you're like, we're just moving too quickly. And I have, there's a really good saying, a mantra that you can say for this is like, I will not move faster than my physical body can keep up with. See, sometimes our mind is really fast and our body is really dense. It's 3D. It's like a rock, you know, like we're dense matter. And sometimes we move too quickly because our mind is fast. So I feel like your son somehow got out of the glitch of time, and then when he got pulled back into time, it was like the angels were like, oh no, this was not supposed to happen now. This is not his thing, his time, his literal time. So they pulled him back into time. And so that's kind of what it feels like happened. I realize you might blame yourself, your husband might blame, whoever might blame themselves, you know, or the pool was there and whatever. This was not any of that. This was actually a time factor. He's really fast, your son, so we have to slow him down and like teach him to, but I mean, he's little, so it's kind of hard to do that. So thank God for his angels and spirit guides, and I wanted to spend extra time answering that question because that's a big one. So I hope that helps, Jill. But that's what I was picking up on, that he had a time problem. And I've had time problems too. And whenever that has happened to me, luckily not often, but when it has, it always resulted in some kind of an accident or a mishap or some kind of a thing. We have to always remember not to get ahead of ourselves and not to get too fast. So I hope that helps with you, Jill. I wanted to take that extra time. Gosh, now I'm going to be out of time, but I want to make sure I pull a card for everybody, a collective card, for everybody this week, because it is such a big week, astrologically speaking. And maybe I'll have to come on and do a different, a second video or another video. But we have a lot of good things happening. It's a mixture. Again, we have a lot of mercurial energy, and a lot of communication lessons this week, just to let you know, a lot of communication lessons. Jenny said, when we have these moments of struggle, where can we turn spiritually? A particular angel to ask for help, feeling very out of sync like everyone else is. The archangel that I think of when I think of time is Metatron, Archangel Metatron. He is amazing with time issues. And, you know, Jill, I hit on this because Archangel Metatron, so he's fun to work with, because like if you ever need to get somewhere really quickly, let's say, you know, because we were talking about that first responder that like was 15 minutes away and got there in 6 minutes. Like, how's that possible, right? Like that's almost like bending physical reality. Metatron can do that. Archangel Metatron is amazing about time. So if I'm running behind, and my childhood friend Danielle can attest, sometimes I run behind. That is a thing. If I run behind, I'll say a prayer to Archangel Metatron. I'll say, get me there in the perfect time, or bend time for me so I get there in time, okay? And Archangel Metatron has done that, where he helped me to get like places like that first responder police officer that was 15 minutes away but got there in 6 minutes. I've had times where I got somewhere that should have taken minimal 20 minutes and I got there in 10 minutes, like cut the time in half. So Metatron is the one that helps you with time issues. So staying in time, helping you with time, helping you to speed up time, slow down time. So you can say a prayer to Archangel Metatron, help me to be in my perfect time. All timing, I feel, is somewhat divine timing. Even with your son, you had divine timing, you had divine intervention to help your son come back into time. And that's basically what ended up happening. But yes, if everybody has time problems, Archangel Metatron is the one to help you and say, please, Archangel Metatron, help me to be arriving in time. Help me to have the perfect timing. And if you're trying to manifest something, have it come in a good time, Astrology is very interesting because of course, I think it's interesting, but Archangel Metatron is very interesting astrology is very interesting because literally astrology is the study of time. So I'm always saying, well, this is time to do this and this is time to do that and all that. It's the study of time. Danielle said, I didn't pray to him in 6th grade when we were on safety patrol. Danielle was always trying to get me out of the house so we would get to safety patrol on time. Thank God for type A friends that can help with time. Being a Pisces moon, and by the way, Pisces, I should talk about Pisces and Neptune. Neptune's the ruler of Pisces. Anytime Pisces and Neptune are activated, time is a weird thing. It's very wonky, and sometimes you can feel a little bit out of time, spacey, tired, lethargic, sort of not in linear time. Time is an illusion anyway, let's face it. And so there's natural times, natural cycles, and all those things. It's not necessarily human time. I'll just say that. So that's kind of a cool, fun thing. Yes, Lori said, I seemingly have some time issue problems also. Lori is a Pisces as well. So I'm going to pull one collective card for everybody here. What do you guys need to know about this week in astrology or coming up in your life? What will help you? What do you need to know? What do your angel spirit guides need you to know about what's the most important lesson around this full moon and this week to come? Okay. Oh my gosh. I swear to you, there's other cards in here. They're all different. We got Jill's card. Jill's card came out again. So a lot of people are having problems right now with their relationships, relationship harmony. Now, this doesn't always have to just be problems in relationships with a spouse or a boyfriend, girlfriend, lover, partner. This can be a problem between children or coworkers or bosses, or it's relationships, like under the big heading of R. So I'll read it to you guys again. Archangel Ragwell, we angels are opening the hearts of everyone involved. Arguments and conflicts are being resolved now. Stuff can really get stirred up around full moons, and full moons can stir up our conflict and things with people because we get a little and they get a little and everybody's a little So ask Archangel Michael or Archangel Metatron to slow down, to get back in your body, to feel a proper sense of timing, okay, to get that grounding energy. We've talked a lot about grounding energy on this on previous episodes of this Monday night video, doing yoga, doing meditation, being in nature, standing on the grass in bare feet, as long as that's safe in your area, all those types of things, being on the sand, in the beach, all that stuff is very grounding energy and gets us back into that stuff. We have a lot of earth energy right now because it is Virgo season, but we also have that Pisces season too, which is imagination and flowing and all of that stuff. So I hope that helps you guys. I'm so grateful to do this work and to share with you all. I started doing these Monday night videos since COVID started, and I'm just trying to help everybody because I know right now it's so tough in the universe and tough in the world, but also writing the posts every day and all of those things that I do, that I try to help to share. I started doing that back in 2009, by the way, writing those posts, because I always wanted people to know, like, I always feel forewarned is forearmed. If you guys know the energy of the astrology and know the energy of the planets, know the energy of these things, it doesn't feel so much like, oh God, this is like some crazy stuff, or I feel like I'm going crazy. And then we kind of can make sense of the universe and the times that we live in, even though some of these things are hard to make sense of. And I hope that helps. I love doing my spiritual work, and I hope that me just sharing with you guys the spiritual work helps you guys. So if you'd like to have a personalized astrological session, give me a call, send me a DM, or text me. Those are the two best ways to get a hold of me. And I am a little booking out a week or two now, but you can, definitely get a hold of me. Danielle said focus on Muladhara chakra, which is the root chakra. It's funny, I don't know the words for the chakras. I just know like root chakra, sacral chakra. I don't know the Sanskrit words. So thank you, Danielle, for that. Great. Have a great evening, Corbin. And Lori said thank you for all your share. Yes, my pleasure for everybody. And go ahead, like and share this video. Share this video because it does help other people that have gone through similar issues and similar things in their lives. And welcome in that full moon. What do you want to release? What do you want to let go of? We're going to ask Jill's angels to help her let go of the fear, the anxiety, and the PTSD. And we'll send that love and that prayer out to Jill tonight as our gift and blessing to her, because every once in a while someone needs a little extra love. So we're going to give Jill some love. So I hope that helps. And of course that loving energy also to her son as well, who survived that. So all right, everybody, lots of love. I'm sending you big love bubbles, okay? And make sure that you like and share. Thank you so much, GretchenHidell.com, and I'll see you guys next week.